Alrighty, everyone. Hello, welcome back to a special children news. You know, excuse me. I just want everyone to know that what I'm about to say happened, and this mystery that occurred. Well, I'll never know truly what was happening. Maybe it was just one of those mysteries, but more of a imagination. Um, Let me try to explain what happened. Where's our thing here? Okay, we're running. Okay, I used to work at a fast food restaurant. Yes, roughly 20 something years ago, whatever it might have been. And at the time, which was more than 20 years ago, I'm a little foggy about the dates. So, of course, back then, I was very, very, we'll say young, high schooler, whatever. And I worked in a restaurant chain, this pretty famous chain. And, I worked there for about a year in high school. So I was 19 at the time. Now, let me just say that when you work at a fast food restaurant or something when you're in high school, it's not a bad job, right? It's pretty good. And I had no exception here. Well, after the year ended, I left the job, but I do remember how the place looked. It was a traditional restaurant. Did I say the name of it already? Oh, I might as well. It doesn't matter. It was Arby's. I worked at Arby's for 1 year. Now, good. Throat's a little dry today. So, I remember the layout very well of this Arby's. I remember the cabinets, the doors, how they looked, in the front, everything. And the bathroom I remember pretty well because I clean it out at night, or mop, whatever, clean the toilet or something. And so I remember the bathroom well. And sometimes when you go in the bathroom, you look in the mirror. And I did that quite a lot. I would always look in that bathroom mirror, because I just felt like it at the time. Whatever reason, you gotta look in the bathroom mirror. We all have to look in the mirror at some point to comb your hair, whatever. So I remember how I looked in that mirror, like a 19-year-old face. Now, what happened though was, so I left. 20 years passes. I decide to go back to this Arby's after 20 years. I haven't been in there, as far as I remember. But it wasn't Arby's anymore. They changed the name to something else, this place. In 20 years, a lot of changes, right? It was not Arby's anymore. It was some other place. I don't know the name. I think it was like an ice cream shop or something. But still, when I went in, so I just happened to go in that day with a relative, and the layout was almost the same. They changed the name, they changed maybe a few remodeling here and there, but the inside was the same, folks. So, I could tell, where the same freezer drawers were where we used to put the food, those were out there. And I'm thinking to myself, this is kind of strange. This is almost like going back in time in a way, but not exactly going back in time. Alright, so we ordered our ice cream or whatever, and we're eating it. And I decided, I need to go to the restroom. And I was looking forward to that because I remember that restroom well, like I just mentioned. I remember exactly how it looked. It had that mirror that I mentioned. So here it is, the unveiling. What will happen when I go in this restroom? Now here I am, 20 years or so later, 40 or whatever it might have been. 42-year-old face at the time. I walk into the restroom. It was exactly the same. I thought, oh my God, this is really bizarre, being in this bathroom after 20 years. Me being the one who worked here and cleaned and all of that, Oh, we're going to have to hurry. We only have 2 minutes. Anyway, so I'm in this bathroom. I looked in the mirror, and I could have sworn I saw my 19-year-old face looking back at me. In the uniform I was wearing, the Arby's uniform at the time. So what had happened was, in a way, I time traveled back to 2002. By looking in the mirror, I saw my young appearance, my outfit again, for just a few seconds. I remembered what it looked like. So, I know, it's an amazing thing. And I did it. I time traveled. And that's the point of the story here. And so it is possible, folks. Maybe not in the way you were thinking. But if you think abstractly out there are ways to time travel. And the best way to do that is going back to a place from the past that you've been to before. And that's what I did. And then the memories come back to you. In a way, you are time traveling. And this is, I think, as far as I know, the best way to do it. It's not like not like the old ways of thinking. Get in a machine, or set the date you're going, 1992 or whatever, and then you're back in that year. That doesn't work that way. This is the way to time travel, folks. You can try it out yourself. And that's it for today. Check you next time on Chilling